Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Diaz. David Rankin has the day off. Thanks for joining me for Ask the Expert North Texas. So, a lot of you guys have been kind of keeping your ear to the ground. You've been hearing about this stir up between UPS and its workers. They've been trying to negotiate some contracts for them, and they're getting really close. And it's good for good reason because August 1st is the due date to come to an agreement. But there's one thing they haven't come to an agreement on, and it has to deal with wages, higher wages in particular. And a strike at a major shipping company like UPS, that could have major impact on small businesses. And it's crucial to be prepared. So on today's Ask the Expert, we have small business expert Ben Johnston, the COO of Kapitus, joining us on the KRLD Zoom room. Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is your take right now on the negotiations and where we're at?
Yeah, well, they are hard at it, although they have recently walked away from the table. My expectation is that they will be back. Unfortunately, these things often seem to be finished up in the 11th hour, and it's hard to predict whether they will come to an agreement or not. But I would expect that this will run right up until the 31st of July before we do resolution.
Oh yeah, isn't that the truth? It's always at the last minute. However, we don't want small businesses who rely on companies like UPS to help them get their product to clients. How could this potentially affect them, and what should they be doing right now to prepare in case there is a strike?
Sure. Well, I think this is potentially a very difficult situation for small businesses because there really aren't any great options out there. If UPS does go on strike. UPS ships approximately 100 million packages each week. That represents approximately 24% of the entire parcel shipping market. And it's really not realistic that the other major carriers are going to be able to step in to fill that void entirely. So what we're recommending to our small business customers is really, we kind of look at it from two perspectives. One is, are you sourcing materials through UPS or any of the other shippers, really, because they will be inundated with additional volume? Or are you distributing your product through one of these major shippers, or are you doing both? In which case, you're going to have real potential issues on both sides. If you're sourcing these materials, if possible, we're recommending that you stock up on critical inventory now. Ask yourself, can you buy in bulk and get it delivered sometime before the end of the month? If so, take advantage of that. Also, look for local sourcing alternatives. Is there someone closer to home that's offering a similar product that might allow you to go procure the product yourself? And then talk to your suppliers and see if they have any alternative delivery methods that might be able to help you out. And then, another thought is consider partnering with similar businesses in your area to buy in bulk and maybe split the cost of organizing your own shipping and your own ability to go procure those materials.
I think that's one of the things when you talk about relationships with other businesses. I think that's something that we also kind of saw during the pandemic when there was short supply of certain things. There was a bit of like a natural bartering system within some small businesses and companies.
Absolutely. Small businesses are some of the most creative engines available in our economy, and small business owners are always looking for ways to fill a void. In fact, many will probably find a business opportunity should a strike happen just in helping others obtain and distribute the products that they need.
Absolutely. And I'm sure it wouldn't be unusual if we even see some of those small businesses start sending out emails and being more open and transparent with communication with their clients. Because I think that was also something that was kind of it was fresh to see that from companies actually be transparent about their vulnerabilities and letting their clients know what their situation is. Do you think that has also kind of prepared us for moments potentially like this?
Absolutely. And that's one of the most important points if you are the distributor. Be open and transparent with your customers. This is a very well publicized event. If the UPS workers do in fact walk off, everyone's going to know about it and everyone's going to be worried about it. So if you are able to get out in front of the narrative, tell people as they are placing their orders that shipments may be delayed as a result of this, that is the type of communication that customers are looking for. And even if you're in the mid process of delivering an order, producing that order, following back up with them and letting them know that timelines have changed, I think people will be understanding around that.
Yeah, there's almost no excuse now with the way that you can instantaneously reach, thousands of clientele all at one time, with email and notifications right on your phone and whatnot, tracking, updates as well. Curious, how much power do small business owners hold in this, in these negotiations as far as with UPS and its employees trying to get higher wages? Because ultimately, if something is not found at August 1st, they are going to be the ones that are going to be hurting, as we're explaining here. But is there anything small businesses can do, make phone calls, reach out to people, anything like that?
I think at the end of the day, inside that negotiation room, all outside forces have limited power. That being said, I believe that UPS understands the importance of their small business community, and they have done an excellent job making themselves second only to the U.S. Postal Service in terms of being able to distribute packages and gaining market share, and they don't want to see that disrupted. My guess is that UPS, being a profitable company with a strong small business customer base, is going to do everything they can to come to an important agreement that will keep the economy running.
Ben, some great advice there. Do you have anything else you want our listeners to know?
Just that in general, we are optimistic about the overall small business economy. And we expect that while it's been a tough year and a half with everything going on surrounding inflation and recovery coming out of COVID, we do feel that small businesses are finding their footing, and we look forward to a profitable and prosperous end to 2023.
You got it. That is Ben Johnston, CEO, COO, that is, of Kapitus, here on the KRLD Afternoon News for Ask the Expert. Thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.